Are you the next Bachelor? I gotta know, dog.
Oh,
my guy.
Man. How you gonna start it off that way?
I
No.
People, Bachelor news is viral, bro.
No.
That was big though. That's cool.
It was big. I had, you know what? It was unexpected. When they asked me to come on, and so I thought it was gonna be like a two-hand touch flag football kind of thing.
Okay, yeah.
When I signed on, I was like, I didn't know they were gonna like actually have full pads, and I had no idea it was like a real game.
Yeah.
And so I turned to the producer and I said, "Hey, yo, is this real?"
Yes. The Pro Bowl don't even play like that.
It was like the Bachelor game was more physical than the Pro Bowl, which is crazy.
This is crazy. Well, I gotta know. Like, listen, did you draw any insight having that experience and that time with those girls?
Yeah.
Who do you think could be, the best fit for that man?
For Zach?
Yeah. Like, from what did you discover? Like, maybe you got some you got a feeling.
You know what was I see why it's harder than what everybody assumed it is. So they'll go on dates and parties and go to stuff like 3 o'clock in the morning, and then be up doing it again like 8 o'clock in the morning the whole next day.
Yeah.
And so it's harder than people think. Like, it's not just like the show. It's a lot that goes into him picking who he wants and who's the best person.
But as far as like is there some if you could tell me there's a couple on the radar that you noticed that were like, yo, these are some special ones that could be a really.
I think all the ones that's still around that he picks were the right ones, because I actually got a chance to spend time with him when we were going through like the drills, football drills and stuff like that, and he's gonna have a problem.
Yeah.
Like, because it's some pretty cool ones there.
Any advice for him based on that, like your time?
You know what? I didn't meet anybody who I was like, yeah, definitely not her.
Well, that's good advice. That's good advice. You don't got to worry about something.
I didn't. In my time there, I was like, I didn't meet anyone who I was like, okay, not her. Her attitude stinks, or she's toxic. She's bad. Bad energy, whatever. I didn't. So that's what I'm saying. He's gonna have like a real issue.
Now, look, Jesse Palmer is like, he's got this position right now, right, Craig?
Yeah.
And, another football guy. Could you ever see yourself in that kind of role, like with that show? Did you have such a good time that you're like, hey, if it ever, because like they've rotated,
Yeah.
If that ever opens up, like you're on the quick list, like the call list.
I would host a show before I'd be on it.
Yeah. Okay.
You get what? Like,
I got you.
Like I would host it before I was actually the Bachelor.
I like it.
But who knows?
This Pro Bowl, flag football Pro Bowl.
Yeah.
This is the inaugural one. Should they just let that go and like figure something else out, or do you continue down that path?
Well, I think for the NFL, as long as the viewership there, they're gonna continue it. But I think at some point in time, they're not going to have enough players because guys will start backing out. I think that's really the next step, because you got offensive, defensive linemen who are not even really involved.
Right. What can they do, right? Yeah.
Yeah, and I know for sure there was guys that walked out who didn't want to be there, and it's unfortunate because like the Pro Bowl, when we went, it meant something, right? And I hate to sound old school or sound like one of the older guys. But like when we went to the Pro Bowl, it meant something. You wanted to showcase your talent. You were the best at that position.
Yeah.
And I think now, with the money being so much better than it was.
Yeah.
And like how the game is now, anyway, you can't do anything, you can't tackle anybody. Like the rules are different.
Yeah.
At some point in time, they're going to look to cancel it, because I don't call it the Pro Bowl anymore. I call it the fan experience. That's what it is.
Yeah,
It's not the Pro Bowl anymore. It's the fan experience.
Yeah. Wow. That's big talk, man.
Yeah.
I mean, I think a lot of people felt that way. Twitter blew up. Yeah. Bro, it was like brutal. The comments were like,
yeah. No, and it should be, because the Pro Bowl has always been like such a big part of the NFL.
Yeah.
That was like a badge of honor to go to the Pro Bowl.
Not no more.
And now it's like, okay, they're on the list, right?
Yeah.
Everybody's about getting the bag.
Yeah.
Now, so I think the bag outweighs the accolades.
Who gets to the next Super Bowl first? The Chargers or the Raiders?
Oh, the Chargers.
It looks like. They might get Aaron Rodgers. That's the talk. They want Aaron Rodgers.
That might be a little bit of a problem. For Aaron Rodgers being in the division, Sean Payton being in the division now.
Yeah.
And I know Sean Payton for some time. He's great. I wouldn't doubt if he went to in the conference to play the Chargers.
Wow.
I wouldn't doubt that because he's an ultra competitive coach. And maybe, I don't know, maybe he was upset that he didn't get the Chargers job because Brandon Staley's there and he wanted to go into the division. Coaches, people do that all the time. If the team don't want you or you're not getting the answer you want from a team, they just go to your opponent.